It's Petey from inside the coach's room. And with the Philadelphia Flyers going 0 for 31 on the power play in March, my friends at PHLY thought it was time that we take a deeper look and see what's going on with this Flyer power play. So let's go to the video. The first thing, you talk to any coach in the NHL, and they're going to tell you a good power play starts with good players. What do I mean by that? Well, let's go to the power play of the Edmonton Oilers. And it's not just about scoring on the power play, it's scoring 5-on-5. You look at Connor McDavid, 920 plus goals, 440 plus goals, 160 plus goals. That's a good player, but there's still more. Hyman, 620 plus goals, 150 plus goal season. Nugent Hopkins, 620 plus goal seasons. As a group, this five has 388 career power play goals. And the best of those is Leon Draisaitl with a career of 161 power play goals. Oh, yeah? And they've been together for 10 seasons. Well, let's go to the Vegas Golden Knights. Jack Eichel, one of the best half-wall players in the league right now on the power play. Vegas 5 has 207 career power play goals. But it's not just scoring on the power play. It's being a good 5-on-5 player as well. Eichel, 8 20-plus goal seasons. And who's he passing to inside the bumper? Yeah, Hurdle, 251 career goals. How about the Tampa Bay Lightning? Their core, 332 career power play goals, including Kucherov, 830-plus goal seasons. Yeah, get better than that? It does. Gansel, 820-plus goal season, 530-plus goal seasons. Oh, and this group, they've been together for 9 years, too. So it's not just having talented players. It's having talented players that have played together for a long time. So let's look at the Philadelphia Flyers and one of their most recent combinations of five. And by the way, this combination changes all the time. So you got to pick it at a right time. And this day, it happened to be this five. They had 60 power play goals in their career on the ice at that time, and Konechny had 37 of them. The other four players had less than 10 power play goals. Michkov with 7, Forster with 8, Cates with 5, Drysdale with 3. One of the biggest issues with the Flyer power play right now is the personnel, and they're trying to lead it with a rookie. And no other top power play in the National Hockey League is trying to lead the way with a rookie. That's one of the biggest problems right now. But let's see if we can find out some of the other problems. So I went and looked at the entries. And I tell you what, yes, they have trouble at the entry at times. But for half of the time, they're able to get into the zone cleanly. They've got speed, they've got skill, and they're able to access and get inside the offensive zone. This is not the main problem of the Philadelphia Flyers on their power play, is their entry. Yes, it's frustrating at times, and they come up slow up the ice on the double drop play, and it can be hard to watch at times. But that's not the main problem of this power play. So let's look at some of the things that are causing this team problems. And good power plays in this league have a lot of movement and a lot of puck movement. One of the things this team did recently is they changed the wingers on the other side. So Konechny and Michkov are on their offside. And so what does that do? Well, Michkov right now, he's got to drive the net. You've got one penalty killer beat. So now you got to go. You got to go and you got to drive the middle of the ice. But he waits and he holds on to the puck too long. When you hold on to the puck too long, you can get pressure. So he gets pressure from the Tampa Bay penalty kill and he tries to throw the puck through him. Well, it just doesn't create enough opportunities for them to get offense. Because when you look at the top of this power play, they got 3 guys almost touching the blue line. This is easy to defend. This is easy to kill against. You've got to get momentum and you've got to get people and pucks going down towards the net. And right now, the Flyers get stuck too often up at high ice, up high in the zone. There's nobody in the bumper position. There's nobody to give this player support. He's on an island by himself. No bumper play. There's no play down low. He can't give the puck off down low and drive or drive this way. There's nowhere to go for that player on the top. So there's no low play. This player can't come off and give him some support. So he's got nowhere to move the puck to. And by the way, I still don't know what Couturier is doing down here. He plays off the half wall. I've never seen such a thing. So it's 4 players wide. So their positioning off of the power play at times is suspect because they don't have any support and nowhere to pass the puck. So this guy's on an island by himself. This player is not in front of the net. So it's easy for the goaltender to make the save. Couturier can't get to the inside because he was all the way over on the wall, so he can't get in for tips, screens, and rebounds either. So there's no second chance opportunities, and the puck just goes wide. And you want to see what good puck movement looks like, you go to the best teams in the league. And one of the best power plays in the league right now is the Winnipeg Jets. And watch what they do. They create movement, and not just movement. But we saw how Philadelphia was high in the zone. Look where Winnipeg is. They got 4 players inside the top of the circle, and they've got players in every position. You've got a bumper to relieve pressure. This guy's going to come down low to relieve pressure. You got a guy off the back door. And if you get in trouble and you don't have a play, you always have Morrissey at the top. So there's so many more options because they're prepared and they're playing down low. But the other thing they do is they move the puck incredibly quickly, and they're able to make plays like this because they move the puck quick. Same thing with Vegas. Their ability to move the puck quick makes a big difference. And we talk about low in the zone. 4 players for the Vegas Golden Knights below the top of the circle. And again, so many options because they move the puck quickly. Look how quickly they move the puck and attack the net because they move and they move the puck. And so let's go to the Philadelphia Flyers again, and let's look what kind of support they have off of the faceoff against the Tampa Bay Lightnings to start a power play. You got three guys trapped on the side of the wall. I'm not sure what the play is here. I'm not sure what the thought process here. I don't know if it was a set play. I don't know how you can have 3 players where you could throw a blanket over them in the corner and find any options on the power play. And if you do have 3 players over there, you better throw the puck there because that's where all your support is. But in this play, the puck goes away from all of his support. And I've got a guy, again, on an island by himself. There is not another player on this half of the ice for the Philadelphia Flyers. They have 0 options. There's no bumper. There's no half wall. There's no low play. He has no place to throw the puck. There's nowhere to go with this puck. So you try to go through people, and the puck's out of the zone. So it's a lot about having support and knowing where your partners are and knowing how to get the puck to them. Here we go. Michkov coming down the wall. And this is what we talked about coming down the wall. This downhill play is nice, but he's got to have options. He's got to have places to go. And again, no bumper play to help relieve the pressure. Everybody's on the outside. 3 players above the top of the circle. Again, this player, Konechny's not driving the net, looking for tip screens and rebounds. He's going to shoot. You can see he's in the act of going downhill and shoot. You need support at the net for tip screens and rebounds. And again, we're talking about Couturier on the wall. Where is he? The net front player is not in front of the net, not goalie screening. If you're not in front of Vasilevsky, you're not going to score. Sorry, you're not. If you're going to be a net front player, you need to be net front. Unless you have support, unless you have a bumper guy, and then you can be off to the side looking for other options and other low plays. But again, we're going to go to Couturier. What's he doing over here? I have no idea what he is doing stuck to the wall at the hash marks. You have 2 half wall guys on the same side. I'm not sure what the plan is. I'd be better off with him attacking that or getting down low so he can at least be a passing option for Michkov. So again, you've got no support on the power play. So let's keep going. Here we are again. We got all our 3 guys high. So we got a 3 guys high option, which is fine as long as we get the puck moving downhill. And as the puck moves downhill, great job by Michkov. As you can see, he attacks the net. And when he attacks the net, he pulls the penalty killer to him. This defenseman is so high in the zone for the Ottawa Senators. He's above the dots. This is a great opportunity. What you want to create on the power play is 2-on-1s. This is a great opportunity to create a 2-on-1. You get the puck down low, and now you got a 2-on-1 right at the net. You got a 2-on-1 down low. But to make that happen, you got to attack the net. You got to attack the net quickly, and you got to have an option. So if this defender goes to the player in front, you can go to the front of the net and drive the net. It's just too slow. And again, we talked about nobody getting into the net to help support. And the secondary support is going to help with recoveries. It's going to help with rebounds. It's going to second opportunities inside the net. But nobody comes. And Forster just throws the puck at the goaltender, and there's really no play. Ottawa's all to the inside. They defended it well. There's no second opportunities. And again, they don't have the puck and they don't have a chance. So let's keep going with what the Philadelphia Flyers. Let's talk about their movement. You got to move. And one of the biggest changes the Detroit Red Wings made when they changed their coaching staff during the middle of this season was they started movement on their power play. Now they have a top 5 power play in the league because they move. They interchange positions, and they make it more difficult for the players that are killing that penalty to defend because they have movement. And you can see it here. There's just stagnant. The 3 players on the top just go back and forth and back and forth. There's no movement between the bumper. There's no movement from the down low player. They just go back and forth, and they never get to attack the net. It's just back and forth. There's no low option. That he's got to recognize that Michkov's got nowhere to go. Make a low option and get to the net. You've got to have something else happening. You've got to create movement because right now it's just going back and forth. No one penetrates the middle. And when you finally do get a shot, we talk about recoveries. They just don't get them. And when they talk about puck movement, we talked about Detroit. Look at this puck movement of the Detroit Red Wings. Again, we talk about movement, and people moving makes it much harder to defend, because when this player cuts to the middle, this penalty killer goes with him. And when that penalty killer goes with him, it opens up a lane. And when you open up lanes with movement, you get more opportunities. And again, then it's the quick puck movement. And again, so it's just not about moving bodies, it's about moving bodies and the puck. And you're going to see it again with Detroit. Their ability to movement pulls penalty killers with you. Again, when you pull a penalty killer with you with movement, it opens up holes in behind the penalty kill. So you got to have that movement. You got to have quick puck movement. That's nice to have a one-timer. We'll talk about that a little bit later. So let's go back to the Flyers again. Let's talk about their support and their past selections. Here's Drysdale on the top. But here's the open play. That's the open player. There are no other options to pass. That's the open player on the power play. You've got to move the puck quickly, especially when you've got a penalty killer attacking you. You don't want to go through those penalty killers. You want to make the easiest pass, and someone's going to be open because there's 5 of you versus 4 of them. But Drysdale tries to throw it through 3 Blackhawks. Pass doesn't connect. Poor pass selection. And this play again. Now, Konechny's under pressure. And where's his support? He needs to be able to go up the wall, but there's no support here from Drysdale coming over top. There's nowhere for him to go. He's got no support. He's got no choice but to throw it back into the traffic because there is no support up high. So throw it back into the traffic. And again, there's no room, no support, nowhere to go. And the power play is over. Pass selection again. What's the option here? What's the option? You got to relieve pressure. All of the penalty killers are on this side of the ice. Where's the open player? Where's the open ice? Where can you relieve pressure? It's a D-to-D pass. Sanheim can walk. You can get players driving the net and get an opportunity quickly at the net because he's got some time and space on that side of the ice. That's the play. But that's not what happens. The puck goes back into traffic. And when it goes back into traffic, the penalty kill jumps it. The puck turns over. And the power play is over again. But this group can do it. They are skilled enough to do it. It's just not happening enough. You've got to see the movement of the players and the puck. And you can see it here when they do move the puck. And it's the same group of 5. They can move the puck quickly. You can move the penalty killers around, and you can get opportunities like this. So it is going to happen. They have the skill and the ability to move the puck. It's just not happening enough. And the other problem they're having is execution. They're unable to make several consecutive passes in a row. And what does that mean? Well, let's go here. Ristolainen gets it to Michkov. Again, we talk about the simple play. Look where the sticks are. You got to be aware where the penalty killer sticks are. Sticks to the inside, so the play's got to go to the outside. You want to avoid where the sticks are because you don't have that lane. You don't have that open pass. So you want to get to the player that has the open pass. And if Michkov can get this puck down low, we talk about 2-on-1. With the player driving the net, you can step out. Now you can 2-on-1 the defenseman out front. Again, you talk about how high these Seattle penalty killers are in the zone. There's room down low, but you got to deliver the puck there. And Michkov doesn't. He tries to go through the seam, through the sticks. Pass doesn't connect. And you're off trying to start over again. And again, it's this execution. Here you get Sean Couturier in front of the net. Is that a shot situation? I know the puck's in his feet. I know it's not a great pass. And again, execution is a part of this. But he's at the front of the net. I don't know, you're at this area of the net with no penalty killers. This has got to be an attempt at the net. Even if you have to kick the puck off of your skates, you've got to drive the net here. But he throws the puck back out of the danger area and throws it to the top of the circle. Allows all the penalty killers to get back into position, and there's nowhere to go to the inside. So now, again, let's try this seam pass. Well, again, execution, puck bounces, and chasing again. And again, we look at this seam play and their inability to make these passes through seams. Again, you talk about sticks. Stick in the lane, stick in the lane, stick in the lane. So where are the sticks not in the lane? They're not to the outside. And that's when you get a player up front of the net that needs to recognize that this player is in trouble, that he has no options, and he can step out. And he can step out when we talk about that low play. He can 2-on-1 this player in front of the net. But that doesn't happen. They try to pass it through the seam, through sticks again, and it misfires, and they're chasing the puck around again. But let's talk about puck movement. This is what puck movement looks like. This is what puck movement looks like when it's successful. You move the puck incredibly quickly. Guys are down low in the zone. And again, you see this little movement by Connor, pulls the penalty killer over, opens up a lane. It's not a lot of movement. It's subtle movement, but it's just enough movement to open up areas around the ice. And that's what you need to have is that movement. And the other thing we talked about is the switching positions of Konechny and Michkov. And right now we talk about no one-time option. And right now the Flyers have no one-time option on either side of their power play, and that does make it more difficult. And I'll show you why. Because Konechny makes a good play now. He puts it through sticks. I know the sticks are on the inside lane, but he makes a great pass, and he gets it over to Michkov. And Michkov's ready. He receives the pass, but he has to turn. He has to accept the puck. He's got to turn to get into a shooting position. And during all that time when he turns to get into the shooting position, well, that gives the goaltender time to get set. And with the goaltender set, you can't beat Connor Hellebuyck clean when you have to take that much time. So the one-timer does matter. And why does it matter? Well, let's look at what other teams are doing. Again, look at all of the movement from the Detroit Red Wings. But not only do they have the movement, they have an elite passer and a player that's done it before with Patrick Kane. He's a guy that has 137 power play goals, 489 career goals, and 1,290 career games. Can he make that pass? Yeah, he can. So when he makes this pass, it's a one-timer off the stick and into the net. And the goaltender does not have an opportunity to respond. You see it again with Detroit. Their ability to make this play off of the one-timer, it does make a difference. You get the puck to the net quicker, and it doesn't give the penalty killers time to get set. But the Philadelphia Flyers can do that. And this is a recent power play. This is Michkov and Konechny get switched on this power play after a recovery. And you can see Michkov getting the puck all the way to Konechny with the one-timer with the player in front. This is great. If this is what you were getting night in and night out, opportunities like this, you're happy as a Flyer fan. Not every puck's going to go in. And we talked about the youth of this group and them learning to try to get together. If you get opportunities like this and you're getting continuous chances on the power play, it's all good. But these chances are too few and too far between. And the other thing they're having a difficulty with is getting shots through. They're having so many shots blocked and they can't get shots through. And some of that's because of their movement of their defense and their inability to walk the line, but they're putting pucks into shin pads over and over and over again. But again, this group can do it. You look at what they can do and look at a shot from the point. Yes, they can get pucks through. Yes, they can reach the line and get the puck in, and this is what you want to see. Outnumber them 3-on-2 at the net. Get to the net hard. That's what you want to see. Again, if this is the Flyer power play every night, you can't be disappointed and you can't be frustrated because the puck isn't always going to go in, but that's the look that you want to see as a Flyer fan. Another area they're having difficulties with is recovery. And puck recoveries are incredibly important on a power play once you deliver the puck to the net. And one of the problems with puck recoveries is you got to have players moving. And we talk about players being high in the zone. Well, these two guys can't get to the puck. They can't. But Travis Konechny's got to help. He's got to get in there. You've got to get in there and help. And look how outnumbered they are behind the net. There's not another Flyer in the picture. You can't recover pucks if you're not in there supporting your players. And right now, there's no movement to try to get in there and help support and try to dig out this puck against the Calgary Flames. And even when you do get the puck loose in the corner, you're going to see it again. Outnumbered. You got nobody coming in. The puck goes side to side. Oh, outnumbered again. You have one more player than the opponents. You've got to get in quicker to these battles, and that's hard to do. You got to have your feet moving all the time. Otherwise, the puck leaves the zone. And I want to look at one of the most recent power plays. I know they're desperate. I know they're frustrated. I know the coaches are angry. I know the players know that they're 0 for 31 for the month of March. I know they are. They're aware. They read the paper. They know what's going on. So what do they do against the Toronto Maple Leafs? Throw 5 forwards. How does this work? 5 forwards against the Toronto Maple Leafs. Only one power play against the Toronto Maple Leafs. And just giving you a little tip, doesn't go well. So, but we talked about consistency and trying to do the same things over and over again. That's what you need to try to do because this does not go well with the 5 forward options. Not only do they not win the faceoff, which happens, you lose the faceoff, but that's the last time they got close to the offensive zone. It went over and over again. They were unable, confused on their breakouts. This is a group that hasn't worked together or practiced together enough. They weren't able to get entries into the zone. They didn't get a shot attempt at the net of the Toronto Maple Leafs on this power play. So what do you do? We talked to a power play coach that I know extremely well, and he said when you're struggling on the power play, you keep things simple. Get it back to the point, shoot the puck, and get people going to the net, and have everybody know that the puck is going towards the net. And that makes it much more simple. Get the puck to the point, shoot the puck. Get the puck to the point, shoot the puck. At least everybody's on the same page. And right now, I think that's where the Philadelphia Flyers are versus changing the combination over and over again. And why do I say that? Because there's some guys on here that can score. And one of them right here is Matvei Michkov. He can score. Like we've seen it. But one of the things they did early in the season, this is early. This is before the month of March. This is before the trade deadline. They had different players. And you watch the movement and the puck movement by the Philadelphia Flyers and their ability to get it to Michkov, and he's using his one-timer down low. But one thing you see is how well this group moves. They're moving. Michkov's getting the one-timer. They're recovering pucks. Look at all this movement of the Philadelphia Flyers. 4 players down low below the top of the circle, getting pucks to the net, go through seams, connecting on the one-timer. This is what you want to see the Philadelphia Flyers. And yes, that's personnel driven. And you can see, again, look at all of the movement. Players moving. And when you move players and players moving this way, look at all the penalty killers. You pull them all to this side. When you get that kind of movement, you get open ice. And the Flyers can do it. They did it. You get this open ice, and then they attack the net. Again, great puck movement. Look how quick they moved the puck earlier in the season. They have the ability to move the puck this quickly. They just have to do it over and over and over again with their new players because they could get to the net early. They delivered pucks to the net, and then they attacked them. Look at there's 3 players on the inside. You haven't seen that on a Flyer power play in a very long time with 3 players on the inside of the penalty killers. The other thing they did earlier in the season, they were able to get shots through. Here's Andre at the top getting a shot through with traffic in front of the net. Yep, makes a difference. So this team does have the ability to do these things. I know Philadelphia Flyer fans are frustrated. I get it. They're 0 for 31. The fans are no more frustrated than the coaches and the players. The good news is the season's almost over. And there aren't many more days that you have to live with power plays like this. The good news is they're trying to learn and they're trying to build that chemistry today in games that unfortunately don't matter for next season when games do. So that this group of core players can be together next year, the year after, and the year after. And that's when it's going to matter, when this team is taking a run for the playoffs. And then their power play will finally be what you want it to be in Philadelphia. Thanks so much to PHLY for letting me join their show today. Make sure you subscribe to the PHLY YouTube channel and make sure wherever you listen to your podcast, you get the PHLY podcast. And while you're at it, go over to Inside the Coaches Room, subscribe there to the YouTube channel so you don't miss any video breakdowns like this on the Flyers and on other teams. Thanks for joining me. I'm Petey, and we'll see you at the rink.